He's only just got it, Jimmy, and it's stripped down already. Let's have a look what we've been doing to it. Right, well this is Jimmy's moped. He'll be 16 within the next couple of weeks. So we got this off of eBay, and it was silver originally. Here's a picture of it. How it used to be. So he wanted a colour change, plus we're doing some other work to it and all. There was a few little problems with it, with the electrically, because the battery was totally flat, but we've got a new battery to go on it. The gearbox system, or the belt system which drives the moped, has got what you call a variator system. I'll explain that to you in another video, but it's something I've never worked on before. It's quite an interesting concept, but basically it was when you pulled away, you needed a lot of revs to pull away, so that's the problem we got with that. So I'm sorting that out. But then, as I say, he decided he wanted a colour change. So obviously I've got the gear to do that, and Jimmy's going into spray and body work and stuff as a possible career. Just got a second interview for college, so we thought we'd give it a go for him, just to give him some sort of experience. We weren't going to strip this right away down, obviously. It was fiberglass. We'd done a bit of fiberglass repair on it, but they're like plastic panels, so to speak. And so what we've done was prepare the surface, sand it down, and then spray it with a red base coat, which is a water-based base coat, which I use when I'm spraying vehicles because it's obviously environmentally friendly. And then I've actually got some new lacquer which I've never used before. Some new top coat, clear coat lacquer, which is this one here. I've never used this one before. Well, I've used it on the lawnmowers. When I do the lawnmowers, as you know, but I use cheap acrylic spray paints to get the colour, and then I just lacquer over the top with that lacquer, which you have to mix up with a hardener and thin it by 10% or something. So those are the 3 tins there which make up the top coat lacquer. Well, as I say, I've used it many times on the lawnmowers, and that sprays them okay, but I've never actually used it on my water-based paint. And anyway, we sprayed, well, everything prepared. We've got the panel there, panel over there, the panel there, the panel there, and 2 panels which are now sitting outside, as you can see. And the base coat all went on. I let Jimmy do all the spraying. The base coat went on absolutely lovely. The lacquer, when we started spraying them with lacquer because we had everything prepared. And when you first sprayed the lacquer on, Jimmy done it absolutely fantastic. And then we went on to the second panel, and then the third one to give them all the first coat at the same time. And when we started to look at the panels, this happened. Look at it. Look. Hold on, let me try and get really near to it for you. Can you see that? That all crackled up. Where is it? Look, all over the place, everywhere, and totally ruined the panels. Now it done it on that one. We'd also sprayed this one here and that very long panel outside, which the long panel was actually the worst one. Let's go outside and show you it. So basically I didn't really know at the time what the problem was, and this, as I say, was totally crazed. So anyway, I said to Jimmy, what we've got to do now is let the top coat dry off, obviously, and then rub it back. Well, as you can see, I've actually sanded that back and brought it back to a lovely smooth finish. But if you look, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, underneath the lacquer, you can see the base coat underneath is the crazing. That's what's crazed. Okay, I don't know if you can see that because I've got a very bad light here. I don't know if you can see that. Let's try and brighten up the... There we go, try that. Right underneath the lacquer is what caused the crazing, obviously, and while the lacquer was wet, it just tightened up all the surface, and the surface became very, very rough. So as you can imagine, this is quite a long panel and quite an intricate panel as well. That was all crazed. The front cowling was all crazed, which we've again since rubbed down again. And as I say, that was the effect we had there, all over them panels there, and it was absolutely terrible. And it dried like that, obviously. So, but sanding that back, as I say, it was in a worse condition than that. But sanding it back now, as we've done now to these other panels, as you can see, we've got it back flat again. Although it was the underneath that crazed, it sealed below the clear smooth lacquer now, so this now is ready to accept another base coat again. So it took us, well, it's taken us about 2 hours to do that panel there, and them two out there. So all we've got to do really now is just do that one. That one is still in its base coat, so if I sprayed over that now with that lacquer I was using, because that's the base coat, the water-based base coat, if I sprayed over that now, that would do exactly the same. So what I have to do now is to get a different lacquer which is compatible with a water-based base coat. That's something we've learned, obviously. I've never done it on this before. I've used that lacquer for the lawnmowers many a time, and the thing with the lawnmowers is, as I said to you, I use cheap coloured paints like that, for example, just as cheap paint which I'll get off of eBay, and that gives me the colour. 9 times out of 10 they're acrylic based, and the acrylic lacquer has no reaction with it, so just one to be careful of. It's caused us a lot of hassle and work, but anyway, we're back to there now anyway. So they're not going to be sprayed now, they're just going to be cleaned off. We're going to go over all of these with a Scotch-Brite pad, and that just scratches the surface up enough to accept a coat. That's these things, by the way, because you can get in all the grooves, and it just tarnishes that surface up enough in these creases, the hard to get at places, so that you can actually braid with no problem. Then they'll all be washed down and cleaned with a wax and grease remover, and then tack ragged off. So that's what we're looking at the moment. But as I say, this is the bike. Although it looks a bit of a mess at the moment, it will go back together all okay. So we've got a new set of fork seals to go in it. As you can see, we're in the process of rebuilding the front forks at the moment with new seals on. We had to get new chrome sanctions as well. These were £20 each. And in the dismantling procedure, when we took the bottoms of the fork legs off, which is these things, these lugs broke off because these are very, very brittle aluminium. So we had to get 2 new ones of them as well. And there's the forks, as you can see. So we're just waiting for reassembly there. We need that obviously for the MOT, so that was a reason why we actually stripped the forks down. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment. As I say, Jimmy sprayed all these. It was just a shame that we had to see that Jimmy's first real spray job was obviously going to turn into this situation due to the fact of a chemical reaction. But he's now seen that you can bring it back, which we've just done there. We've brought the surface back to a nice flat surface now, which again will accept a coat of paint. So that's the stage we're at. So he's seen that. It's nice. It's good to get problems, as I say, and that's why I'm showing you these problems. Even now, if I showed you just everything perfect without showing you all these mistakes, it could have happened to you. You wouldn't have known the reason why, and you might have just given up. But even I get problems. As I say, I'm no expert at the end of the day. This was a learning curve for me and all, and this really took a lot. Well, you should have seen this. I wish I would have filmed it beforehand. This panel was absolutely terrible. I'll say, I don't think you can see the surface. If you can, then all well and good, but you can still see the crazing underneath where the water-based paint just literally went when the solvent-based paint went on top of it. So anyway, that's a little problem. You'll see this when we spray it, but as I say, Jimmy's doing this all himself. Let's get back inside out of there. And yeah, that's just another little interim project we're working on at the moment. So I hope you enjoyed this little quick video, and we'll speak to you again soon. Thanks very much, and goodbye.